Hey everyone, it's me Divine again here, and I'm going to be bringing you another question from love and relationships. And this is something that actually quite a few people ask this one, so this is a good one. And it's, how can you prepare for your true mate? How can you have more than one soulmate in a lifetime? Okay, so the first thing to know is you can have lots and lots of different soulmates. What everybody is really looking for is a life partner in their life. And I may be going over the same stuff here, but never mind. So with a soulmate, for example, a soulmate is somebody who your soul recognizes as a very strong connection. So it's generally any relationship you've had, whether it's been good or bad, has been kind of like a soulmate recognition between the two of you. Soulmates are in families, like where you have a soul group, and you know, you might get along with your cousin like really well, and they understand you, and you've got this soul connection from many lifetimes over, and also being in the spiritual realm. So when you say, you know, do we only have one soulmate? No, we have many. But if you are looking for your true life partner, you know, you might have to go through quite a few relationships in order to find them until you are completely ready for this to happen in your life. Now, so many people say, I'm waiting and nothing's happening. It could be that you have decided in this lifetime, or for this time of your life, or maybe for the next 5 or 10 years or something like this, that you were going to discover yourself. And it was very important to you as a soul to be discovering who you really are in this lifetime. And so that has meant that you have had to accept the fact that you are not with a life partner at the moment in your life, and until you really start to like who you are and appreciate your own company, and you know, become quite settled in the fact that you are going to be in this part of your life journey on your own, then you will be ready to start to begin to look at partners in your life. So for the moment, you may have chosen that you really need to get this part of your life alone, you know, get this part right. And then later on down the track, meet up with the person that you're going to share with. And that person has also done this work within themselves in order to have a complementary life together. But how you're preparing for your true mate does need to happen with, you know, having this time alone, being alone, and not with somebody that you can't stand. Like if you're in a relationship that, you know, every day you wake up and you're just dreading the day, or you're starting to develop the ability to know what moods mean what in a relationship. So you see this kind of mood come on the other person and you're like, oh, I know where this is heading. You know, if you're starting to dread your life and then you're thinking maybe somebody else would be better for me, you're not going to find that somebody else better until you break away from the misery that you are in. You mustn't ignore these signs that are in relationships where it's just not going to be a happiness for you. It's just not going to be something that you can continue for the rest of your life without feeling very miserable and resentful inside. So preparing for your true mate in life means taking the time to get to know who you are, what you really want, you know, what you want for you. And regardless, and you know, then if somebody does come along in your life, then they're just sort of bouncing along in the same journey as you are. You're not feeling any animosity to each other. You're not annoyed at each other. The little things don't bother you. You know, nobody is perfect, of course. You have to give yourself a list of things that you can honestly deal with if you were to live or be with somebody for the rest of your life. There's a list of stuff that you need to admit that you don't like as well, and it doesn't mean you have to put up with it. You know, if there's something that you don't like in a relationship and it's really draining you and really getting to you, then don't feel that finding someone else while you're in this relationship and then going over here and finding somebody else is going to solve it. It's not going to solve anything because you still haven't processed these feelings within yourself. And it's not fair on the new person that comes in, because you haven't done any of the work within yourself to really be accepting of a full loving partnership. So when you are preparing for your true love, you really have to have this deep sense of relationship within yourself. You have to do the work within yourself. You have to accept yourself and do your lists. You know, I made a list for a really long time about, you know, who the perfect partner would be, and I would be specific on that list. So I wouldn't say, you know, height doesn't matter, because then I might have ended up being really, really tall, much taller than my partner or something. And I wouldn't have been happy with that. You know, I always wanted my partner to be taller than I am. So be specific, you know. Say things like, my new life partner, or the partner that is coming into my life and is the right match for me on every level, will have these things, you know, and you list these things. And what will happen is that when you are standing face to face with the person that you're meant to be with, for one, you will absolutely know it without a shadow of a doubt. And I know people go, but how will I know it? Believe me, it's just radiating through your whole body, and it's radiating through theirs as well. And you know it, and you've come together, and it's even more beautiful than you have imagined, or even, you know, with your list. There are added things to the list. There are some things perhaps that are a little bit, you know, but you can live with it. And this is how you find the true partner in your life. You first accept that you deserve that, you know, that you are worthy of the greatest love there is there. You are worthy of the happiness in the world. And, you know, if you are someone who loves to travel and all of that, then this person will love to travel with you. You're not going to have to put up with things that are really uncomplimentary just because they've got, you know, 5 out of 10 things on your list. You know, give yourself the chance to be happy completely, you know, and accept that you can. Don't think that it only happens to other people, because I mean, I used to think exactly the same way. I used to think, well, it's never going to happen to me because of this and this, but it happens to them because they get everything. And I had to stop all that, and I had to spend quite a few years on my own, and I had to stop beating myself up and always thinking, when am I going to find them? What am I going to do? I'm going to be alone. I'm going to be left on the shelf. And every day I'd be like, are they the one? Are they the one? You know, like thinking ridiculous thoughts. And when I stopped all that and did the actual proper work, you know, I made my intention very, very clear. And I truly believed that I was already on the path for that to happen. And it was all the difference in the world to how I felt and to how quickly it did come about. So preparing for your true mate is believing that they are already on the path towards you, you are on the path towards them, and that you will know, and you've made your intention out there to the universe of what you are wanting, what you are willing to accept, and you know, what your attributes are and what your failures are even, and how you can work through that. And believing that this is on its way to you if this is what you've chosen for your lifetime. That is also very important. You may have partners that are wonderful, 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 and if you have been on your own for quite a long time, you might not want the intrusion in your life, and that's okay. You can just have, you know, love when you need it and attention when you need it, but still have your privacy and peace. And that is the way that you're going to have, you know, live your life and have your love in your life. So just remember that everybody is different. There's nobody who's perfect, but I do believe that we have, those of us who have chosen it in our life, we are already on the path for that happening. Even though it's already happened in my life, you know, you are already on the path for it happening for you. Especially after hearing this today, you're going to get your lists out and get ready, and you'll just feel this energy change. You know, getting things out on paper is wonderful for helping you to release and really have a good look at yourself, and nobody needs to see it. In fact, what I did was, when I wrote my intentions out to the universe and everything that I wanted, I waited for a full moon, and then I went outside and I read the list outside to the moon, and then I burnt it as a way of releasing it. And I said, you know, I thank you for allowing this to happen in my life in the most benevolent timing for both of us and for everybody that may be involved in this decision. So there you go, everybody. It's, you know, it can be a topic that I can talk about for a really long time. I'll try not to do that to you, but I hope that helps somebody out there understanding that part. And also I'll leave some links down below. I've written an article about soulmates and about twin flames and about karmic relationships as well, which a lot of people have. And you may be surprised what category that you fit into. So I'll leave the links for that down below. But until the next video with all of you, please keep your questions coming. At the bottom of this video, just leave comments for frequently asked questions, love and relationships, and I'll add you guys to my list and get to them as soon as I can. So thank you for listening, and it's goodbye from me. Bye everyone.